Man, look at an organized shed. I wonder who did that. Man, that looked pretty. What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining for another video. Man, the sun is right in my eyes. For all the subscribers, new subscribers, thank you guys so much. If you're unsubscribed, again, hey, hit that button. It's free. I don't want any of your money. All this content's free. It's just a hobby for me, so love to have you around the channel. Jumping into it real quick, guys. First thing I want to mention was I do read your comments. Thank you guys so much for commenting, all the nice things, support you guys have said, the questions. We've had a few questions. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If I don't know the answer, I will straight up tell you guys. I'm not sure. Seek a lawn care professional. But one of the questions was, I think Beast Mode is asking about moss and saying, hey, I got a moss problem in the yard. Any advice or tips? And I deal with moss as well. Actually, right behind me in this area, this is the area I was talking to Beast Mode about, where I hardly ever get any of the sun. And if you notice that mark on the wall and the brick there, that's actually because our drainage for our AC is at the top and it drips down. I actually had to use some post hole diggers and get in there and put some gravel in there to stop it from leaking all over. But this stays pretty moist over here, and I'll notice that moss will come up in this general area pretty frequently. And what the answer is it's an acidity issue with the soil. So lime fights that and combats that and levels that at acidity level in your soil, and it will actually get rid of that moss. But over time, when the wetness continues, it will come back. The pros will always tell you you can never put too much lime in your yard, and that's technically true. So if you buy 8 bags and throw it down, you're not going to mess up your lawn. Don't think that you will. But what you want to do is get your pH level between 6 and 7. That's what all I've seen the pros say. That's the optimal range you want your soil to be in for best growth for your grass and all that. And really the only way you're going to know that is by doing a soil test. So I would put the lime down, do a soil test if you're able to, or take it to one of the free places that may do it for you in your local area. But that's what I'd recommend on that. Was checking my weather this morning. It's Monday here, and looks like this week it's going to be scorching hot. We're getting into June starting this week, and June weather is coming with it. The 90s are coming. It's going to be a cool 76 today. So what I'm talking about is Dethatch. And Dethatch is something you put in your sprayer. I'm not sure the rates. We'll get into that when we get to that point. But basically, it loves heat and it activates in heat. And what it will do is the thatch layer that's below on your grass and above your soil, it will eat away with that and basically turn it into good stuff for your soil. We're gonna let that bake in. You don't water it in, you just put it down probably early in the morning, and we'll let it do its thing. And so we'll probably catch some footage of putting that down, but looks like it'll be a good time to try out Dethatch. Looks like I'm gonna probably aim at Wednesday, 91 degrees. And we might actually get some rain on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, so that would be nice. The grass could use it, and I can always use some free rain. And with these thunderstorms, the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is be on the lookout for fungus. Just because we've treated once, remember that fungicide treatment only lasts 28 days. If it's humid and thick and soupy like it has been a couple days already, we could get fungus back in the yard. So we don't want that to happen. So I will definitely be keeping an eye on that. It is now Tuesday. Wednesday or Thursday, like we were just saying, is when I try to target doing the Dethatch and spraying that. But for today, what I really need to get done is sharpening my mower blades. And I do not do it the way that you're probably supposed to do it. Again, I'm from West Virginia, so we just get it done and roll with it. But if I do it wrong, I'm sure this guy named Ronnie, who might be watching this, will let me know. But anyways, he knows I'm playing. He's a good guy. This is my little grinder, so it's hooked up, and I think it's hooked up. Got some power. So I think Amazon, 25 bucks or something like that. It's some off weird name brand. It comes with I think 3 to 5 discs. And you know, the way that I'm gonna do it, the way I've done it before and been fine, is I'm gonna turn my mower on the side, do the same amount of sharpening on each pass on each side. And what I normally do is flip the blade over, hit that once or twice, and roll with it. And then sometimes I'll take my extra spare blade, put those on, sharpen that one as well. And because I don't have a vise, I don't have that type of equipment to do that, So yeah, maybe you guys have some suggestions in the comments. So we're gonna sharpen some mower blades. It needs it. Also wanted to mention that I purposefully fill up just enough on my last cut here yesterday so that I'm very, very low in gasoline. So we definitely want to check our lids before we turn it on our side. That way we don't have any spillage. So like I mentioned, we shouldn't have any gas leaking out over here. There's just fumes in there right now, but the other day I did cut while it was still wet because I had to get it in before the rain. It was just one of those things, hey, you got to get it cut or it's going to be super duper long if you wait for it to dry out. I'm very surprised that I don't have more clumping underneath here. These specific blades will actually chop the grass when it cuts it, flies around in here underneath in the well, it will get chopped up by these, and basically that's good clippings for your yard. Those clippings have that fertilizer you've been putting down in it, and you want those clippings over here in the yard. It's like reapplying fertilizer over and over. So it's good to mulch, but you need to make sure you have a mower that's strong enough to be able to mulch. So just to be clear, guys, I just want to let you know, this is how Mr. Ferguson is going to handle it today. Again, you probably want to take it to a professional or your Ronnie in your neighborhood or community that can that has a vise and that can professionally sharpen them with a grinder and do it the right way. That's probably the way I would advise you to go. But for the time being, I've not had any issues. I'm just going to give it some swipes here with the grinder, sharpen up the edges a little bit, and hopefully we'll get a little bit cleaner cut in the yard. So as I mentioned, I am not the expert on blades and mowers and all of this stuff. That is not my forte. These blades right here, yeah, they've seen better days. This is probably the blade that came with the mower back when I had no grass, had rocks. These things have seen better days, and as soon as I start noticing it's tearing, it's you know, there a few mows and this blade is going to be done for. Guys, that will wrap up this video. Thank you so much for sticking around for yet another Mr. Ferguson video. I'm going to get this mower back to the shed. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you guys and all your support. If you're unsubscribed, stopping by the channel and learn something, hey, share it in the comments below. Subscribe if you're unsubscribed. We'll continue to pump out the best content we can during the summer months. As you all know, summer, we're not in a growing season with fescue. We're in a dormant state, but we can still do a lot of things to improve our yard, like green effect with low nitrogen, as well as the Dethatch, and looking out for post-emergent spray for weeds. So those type things, as well as a little maintenance like changing our blades. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.